All right, what is good, folks? Welcome to a special edition of the Record Machine Hip Hop Hour. On today's episode, we're going to hear joints from Craig Smith, Ori A, as well as some exclusive tracks from my special guest's brand new album out December 2nd called Soapbox Sermon, who's in the studio with me today, Mr. Melo Miles. You just came from band practice, or you guys are going to have band practice here, and so you got a live band. I think that's really, really dope. Have you had a live band from the get-go?
No, I haven't had one from the get-go. Usually, it's just performing over, regular instrumentals just like everybody, but I think I saw a couple of people just do it kind of, one of them would be Styles. He has this Busty the drummer. I saw them, and they put on a crazy show that I saw. He was hella live with his drummer, and I think I saw a couple more, plus Lugia. I saw his live show with his band. Another artist here, Kadesh, he plays the trombone with the implements set up in his stage for him. So I just thought, adding more of a live element to my music, could be that, to really push it over the top,
Absolutely. I definitely love that, man. It definitely gives that extra energy for people to come out to a show and just have fun with.
Definitely. Also, on December 2nd, Duncan Burnett, if nobody has ever seen him, is like the epitome. That's like what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? How he has that vibe with his live show is just crazy. Like that's worth coming out to see it in the first place.
Man, absolutely. I saw him at Middle of the Map this year, and he rapped over a beat. I think it was Eddie Moore played in his backing band. He rapped over a beat that was in 7/4. Now, if people who don't know what 7/4 is, it is not a common time signature.
Right.
And it was pretty funny, man, because he was like, all right, guys, I'm going to do this in 7/4. I practiced it a couple times, and he nailed it. And I'm like, that is dope. Nice work.
Yeah, Duncan is honestly a lot like Craig, too. He's just multi-talented artist from Kansas City, man. You never expect, all the talent that's just in one person. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and jump right in and talk about your brand new EP that is dropping on December 2nd, Soapbox Sermon.
Yes, sir.
So back in 2013, you dropped, and correct me here if I'm wrong, your first music project, Melo Music Volume 1.
That's correct.
Then you toured a whole bunch in 2014, and that's where your bio kind of ended up online. So tell me what happened between 2014 and now to get this album out.
Well, back when I dropped my first one, it wasn't a lot of touring, honestly. On the first Melo Music, it was just kind of a lot of, that was actually kind of personally to me, that was just kind of proving I could actually rap and everything. You know what I'm saying? It was just everybody around me could rap. And I just got kind of hip in the scene. I was like, I'm going to put me out something that's, to show how, dope I am at it. I didn't really do any touring off of that. Honestly, that was one of our main projects from the group that I used to be in NEL that kind of we didn't really push it how it was supposed to be pushed. So we really didn't do absolutely anything. A couple people started learning from the city, but, outside from that, didn't really do much. My second project, when I dropped Sick Addiction, is when we really started actually getting out of town and actually start doing shows and start building a buzz, start trying to making the name more recognizable, making everything really start to flow.
What was it? What was it that made you take it seriously? Was there just kind of a turn, the reception of the albums was just positive? You're like, man, I need to get this outside of Kansas City.
I don't really know if I never I guess really didn't take it seriously. But it was more where I knew that I just didn't want to be just another local artist. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us fall up in that category with everybody, you know what I'm saying, where they just think, you're a KC rapper, you already get brand with a tag, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to dive deeper to see if you different, going to see if you dope, none of that. If you're a KC rapper, you're a KC rapper, you know what I'm saying? When we were a group, we kind of had a really closed mindset of what the Kansas City hip hop scene really epitomized. So when I said you was a KC rapper, it was about you were rapping like Fat Tone and that was it. Or you were rapping like Tech Nine, and that was it. You were rapping just basically the people, the pioneers from our city.
Right.
And that's your sound. That's Kansas City sound. People tell me that, I rap from the East Coast or this or that or this and that. So I don't really have necessarily what they would categorize as that Kansas City sound. So me feeling that I had something differently, I was like, I really want to see how far I can really, get out there, see if I can, push it further to be just more than just a KC artist.
Right. Take it to the next level.
Exactly.
So what cities have you visited? Do you get more love from cities when you go out than from your home city right here? Or is it kind of equal? Or what have you seen that change?
When I was legitly, nobody would ever even guess my name if they saw me or even knew I rap. Yeah, I would say, that's kind of sad to say, but whatever. It's when you do go outside of a city, they do kind of treat you they have just more of an open mind, because you're not, then it's not something they're used to. They don't see you every day. They don't know you rap. You're not the homie of a homie or something like that. You're an artist. So when you come there, all they basically want to know is if, can you kill it? And if you do, the love shown is crazy. I think anybody who's toured outside of KC will tell you that. Not that like, you know, the shows and the scene here can't give you that same experience, but it's a little bit harder to attain. You know what I mean?
Right. So when you go out of town, what's your favorite city to play in outside of Kansas City?
I got two.
Okay.
Wichita is real fun, and South Dakota. When we go to South Dakota, it's always I don't know. It feels like that next level that we are trying to reach. You kind of feel like you're there. Right. Because the love they show is really it's crazy, man.
Is the hip hop scene in South Dakota pretty big?
It was a smaller one. I think kind of what we thought. We didn't think it was gonna be any when we flew out there. That was our first time going to South Dakota. Ain't nothing anybody's like, yo, South Dakota, you know, it's popping right now. Ain't something anybody ever actually said. But when we went out there, it was enough people to definitely like put on a show for. And, you know, they up to date. Actually, the group that we met, they was hella Tech 9 fans. So, they already used to the KC.
So you guys went up there and showed them what's up?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
That was. I think when we first went on tour, that was probably the highlight of the tour, how that show went. It was
South Dakota was.
It was crazy. It was
nice. So let's talk a little bit about Soapbox Sermon. How did that all come together? We were talking a little bit off mic, and you said it taking you about 2 years to put that together.
Yeah, sadly. I mean,
it's not sad.
It's sad because it's sad to me because I just feel mostly I'm like a strange perfectionist. You know what I'm saying? Like when I say like it took 2 years, it didn't take 2 years because I was like, you know, I'm gonna make, you know, this many songs and I'm gonna do, you know, I'm gonna switch it around. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna put that there. I don't like that no more. Like that. I've literally had these songs written, and you know, most of them, like a couple of them were like added on at the end when I was trying to make it to at least 6 songs. Right. But when I work on songs and I know I want to do that song, it's like, yo, that's that one. Like, so I need to do that from start to finish. So just the process of getting from start to finish on just 6 songs is something that, you know, I really dig. You know, I feel like I could definitely do it faster, you know, if I wasn't, you know, always working on this and that and the other, always getting distracted by this, that, and the other, you know. But yeah, it took two full ass years to finish. But you know, it came out perfect. Honestly, I love every bit of it, so it came out perfect.
Let's go ahead and check out a track from this. This is the opening cut off the EP called "Through the Valley."
And teachers, both preachers and non-believers, lowly peasants and Caesars, just stand before me as equals, stand before me as people. See, I'm writing these truths for even a moment of truth to do battle amongst the evils of man. They manifest in the form of a double breast in the corporate office so often, telling you should know less, telling you should fear more when you looking right to your left. And narcissists up in this audience mumble under my breath as I walk through this valley of that shadow of death. I won't fear no man's power, I won't fear myself. Way too often I doubt the greatness place in myself, and I try to channel that power to empower somebody else who I swear I ain't worth it or worthy, bearing the burden to speak for the people, demand to be treated as equal. Certainly I'm no messiah, born to just speak that truth, was born with that holy fire. My lyrics are written proof, but still it's too many niggas is dying, too many niggas is dying. Not too many niggas is killing shit, but way too many trying. Fresher words that niggas shook like they were spoken from a mind. The time passing, now we know you lying. See man, it's funny I move with the weight of a boulder sitting on either shoulder. Show for the youth and shelter these elders who getting older. Preaching hope for the present, you peasants. Now here's the proof when they have laid the foundation. See me helping to raise the roof, so you feeling like a masseuse, and they kill us with it's the news. Taking from those money trees and circle shaking the leaves loose. Let my words can get loose. Have a curse and shake the caboose. If he food to a starving artist between my margins, find amusement through my message and music. She used it to find herself, but she recites a nigga's sermon the moment she needs some help. That moment she second guessing her own limits of felt. Just will help her carry on and help to make them next steps. As she walk through that valley of that shadow of death, she won't fear no man's power, she won't fear herself. How many people can truly fathom that type of faith in yourself? I'm out this box and then I lock the dreams I place on the shelf, my nigga. Hey, but y'all don't hear me, do you? How the fuck could you hear me? I need his up. If you feel me, I need to know. Why does it seem we all about this profit? Are we too deep in obsession for us to switch and stop it? I need to know, have I been broke too long to feel it? Or maybe my goals are different, or maybe my music worth more than paid for profits and digits. I prophesize a decision, my lyrics more than fruition. A nigga flow
flow is exquisite. Sit back and beat the exhibit. The change you niggas wanted is coming. Blinking, you're missing. Quit playing like I ain't the one, I'm the only. And don't forget it, you a novice lacking in knowledge. Your style and polish, when my pen game the same as those who are renowned scholars and novelists. And obviously, nigga, I built it up like an obelisk. Tower amongst the common is coming down for the coming, but I know. Yeah, I know. So answer me this. As we walk through that valley of that shadow of death, would you rather walk in united and still just walk by yourself? I've been making miracles mentally, spitting silence and symphonies, killing these niggas lyrically. Ain't nobody as ill as me. You will respect the true MC. Oh yeah, you will want peaceful, but still it's plain to see. I'm born to kill. These verses are murder, but yet and still have the power to hurt and heal. See what they conceal. Peep it as I reveal it through my sermon, nigga. Pay attention to my sermon, nigga. I flow hot, it's your stop. You know not, don't pay attention when this sermon drop. Hey, I pray to God you pay attention to this sermon. What a scary world that we facing. My niggas, they want solutions. Man, some of them reparations, the rest of them retribution. Even fall for segregation and stand for the revolution. Wait, nah. See, y'all don't hear me. Every word that we facing, my niggas, they want solutions. Some of them reparations, the rest of them retribution. Even fall for segregation and stand for the revolution.
Okay, that was Through the Valley by Melo Miles off his brand new album Soapbox Sermon. Man, that instrumental though, talk about musicality. Man, I love how that bass line, it just locks in with the piano in the very beginning and at the end those horns come in.
Yeah, it's,
man.
I mean, it's, I don't even know if it's like the right word to use. Like, you know, it's like a really transcendent, like kind of like I don't know, like Sunday choir type feel.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I wasn't really trying to make, me and Craig kind of had a conversation about the full project because, you know, initially it was supposed to be, I guess, a little bit more, not like in a bad way. I guess it would be a, kind of a bad term to use, but it's the closest I could describe it. It would be a little bit more sacrilegious kind of a project.
Okay.
It didn't really take that turn. It kind of, you know, it morphed into something like what it meant to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the sermon that I'm really trying to preach, the things that were important to me, either at that time or in my life or what's going on in the world. That's, you know, that's a little bit more deeper than what the surface is about Soapbox Sermon. So,
did you actively go out and just find really melodic tracks? Because your entire EP, man, is so much melody, and I don't hear a lot of people doing that, you know, amount of melody in hip hop music today.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something I was going out and searching for. Like, this is kind of word to my boy Max, aka Ori A. Shout out to him. It's something that usually when I used to write songs before this, it was, you know, I sit down with a beat that I thought was dope, especially even back for like Melo Music 1. Right. I start from beats that I've heard before that I personally like Dead Presidents or Dead Wrong from Biggie or, you know, tracks from Lupe Fiasco. I start from those tracks and I build a song around that. When Max told me, you know, when he writes music, you know, the music just kind of writes itself. And a lot of artists will say that, but, you know, I've actually been in the process of watching them do it to where I think the craziest thing is one of his singles. I think it was either Disrespect or Download. One of those, like he started a beat and it was literally like he zoned in and wrote it in about like 45 minutes. And that ended up being the final thing. It's because he didn't really, you know what I'm saying, take time to figure out how to structure it around that. He just like, when he heard the beat, it just flew out.
Yeah.
It just flew out. So that's when I chose the beats on this one, that's how it kind of happened.
That's crazy, man, because whenever you talk to artists, it's like their hit singles, it just comes together like that. It's just like magic.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is.
The single on the Soapbox Sermon, like the main one, like when I heard that and we started working on it in here, it was, I think I had just got done off of work after, you know, working like 9 or 10 hours or whatever. I came here to the studio, we found a beat, we started working on the beat. Max had to leave after like a couple hours to get home, and I stayed here, slept in the studio, and kept working on it all night because it was just like I could not leave until I got it out.
Right. You're just feeling it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So does your band play on the EP?
Do they play on the EP? No,
Yeah.
they don't play on the EP.
Okay.
The band was kind of assembled right after. You know what I'm saying? It was more when I got that idea of bringing, that melodic feel and that live instrumentation that was on the project, bringing it to the stage performance too.
Okay, that's definitely dope. That's definitely dope. So you dropped the lead single, like you just mentioned, Soapbox Sermon. Was that back in August that you dropped it?
Bro, when did we drop that? Because I don't remember, honestly.
I think it was like late August, early September.
It may have been. We dropped one single with me and him first. I think the very first single was King.
Okay.
And then after that, I think we dropped, Soapbox Sermon in August. That sounds about right.
Okay, so when I went and I checked out like how many streams this got, like when I checked Spotify, it was like 53,000 streams. Were you ready for such a positive reaction?
I'm not even ready for the positive, you know what I'm saying? Just the type of reaction I'm even getting on just a release show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was something I didn't expect at all. A lot of the support is showing, even, doing stuff like this, that, I ain't never done it before.
Right.
Besides, we did it briefly when we kind of set it up ourselves, but like, no, I never thought that anybody would be gravitating like that this soon.
Do you think, was it like a switch that you made in the marketing for yourself, or you think just getting out and touring more and just being in the scene more, taking part more?
It's a half part of it. I mean, the key part of it is always going to be chalked up to becoming a part of Unlabel. Becoming a part of Unlabel and learning the things that I needed to do as an artist to be taken more seriously, the steps I needed to be doing to get my music done the right way, and what platforms to even push it to. Before that, only thing I would focus on would be SoundCloud.
Okay.
That's the only thing I would focus on.
Right.
So getting it on Spotify, getting it on iTunes, getting on things, anything like that, I've never done it before, wouldn't even know where to start. But that was just like one of the smaller things that Unlabel's helped me to push everything to the next level.
So what kind of drew you into being a part of Unlabel? Because we actually had Jay Tice on a previous Hip Hop Hour episode, and I kind of got his thoughts. I'd love to hear yours.
What about Jay Tice? I don't like him.
No, I don't like him either. But not about Jay Tice. What kind of drew you into Unlabeled?
No. To be for real, it was Steven Cooper. He he's the CEO of Unlabel, and before that, he had a crib in Liberty that me, a couple of friends of mine, we used. They introduced me to him just as a place to record. And when we first met him, he was telling us all kinds of ideas that he had for the future about building, just that platform in Kansas City for artists. We didn't know it back then that we would be a part of it. We just knew, he was, he had his plans of what he would really be trying to set up in the city. But after just kind of running in circles really with my second project and not knowing, what do I do with it, I just kind of remembered him, and I hit him up and talked to him about, I'm really trying to do something more with this, with this music thing. And, we had a couple conversations that basically led to, he was like, how would you like to be a member? It was just before the actual model we have it, but he was, how would you like to be a part of the label? You know what I'm saying? I was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, of course. Because I'm not doing anything right now. And it just, like I said, once we grew with him, like all kinds of doors started flying open and everything. How I got on here was kind of basically all on him. Mm-hmm. It was all on him. Just linking with him, staying cool with him, and really just, he seemed like one of the more people, like, he's somebody where it's not, he's not going to always be talking about the same thing in Kansas City. So it just only seemed right, you know what I'm saying, that when I had new ideas about what I want to do with my music, questions about my music, I usually go to him for those.
I think you just made a real good point about maintaining relationships, because I feel like a lot of artists, when they meet someone, they might not maintain that relationship, or they might drop it, or they might just be a dick. And it's like those relationships can come back and be fruitful in the end, but you just got to maintain them.
I mean, just because it's me as a person, I kind of get along with everybody, but, I think it's strong just to be like, you should never do that shit. You should always be, 100 and tell the truth and everything, but you ain't got to be an asshole at every step of the way. Your process, you never know, what I'm saying, what that person could do for you later on, you know what I'm saying? Right. Or even, what they could do for you now. And it doesn't always have to be on some slide shit, like, I'm going to be friends with them because of what they could do for me type of thing. Just be a genuine person from the jump. And who knows what could happen? You know what I'm saying? You could be on a record label with them, a couple years later, some shit like that. So you just got to be real and be a genuinely cool person. That's all.
Absolutely. So let's jump back. Talk to me a little bit about Soapbox Sermon, because we're going to check that song out here in a second. What's that mean to you? How did that all come together?
You mean the track or the whole project?
The track.
Okay, so that track is produced by one of my favorite engineers. His name is Awesome, OYSM. Y'all should check him out. He's dope. I just heard it be in that, the choir and everything that was sounding that. It just seemed like, okay, that's hella the vibe I'm going for it. But even more, when I, switched on that switch and started letting the song write itself, that was where like it would kind of like I caught up with telling my story, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the track where I really started telling like my story. Even in the track I talk about, I guess we would have to know me even more as a person, because I haven't got around to really explaining myself as a person and really dove deep into what type of artist I am and things I've been through, shit like that. But it was more, I told things that was going on with the group that we was, me, Max, and a couple other people used to be in, the struggles that we faced when, we had nothing and nobody looking at us, knowing we was, ill as fuck and just nobody really caring about anything that we were doing. I talked about like how I like, this is like when I wrote that track, I was like 2 days probably away from just be like, I'm cool on music.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was getting to a point where I was like, everything just kind of seemed like it was going to give the same results. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you were doing. You're still in Kansas City. You still, you're still not known. You're not doing anything. But at the same time, I felt like, you really do have a message and it's something new to give to the city. So I was kind of fighting that. And a short snippet of that story that I told in the track was about, out of nowhere, this is literally probably the craziest shit that's ever happened as I was doing music. I got a fan page on Facebook. And I know where somebody from South Africa had heard one of my tracks. I don't know which one. Mm-hmm. And they just gave me hella props on it. It was like, yo, this is coming all the way from South Africa, bro. Yo, music is ill. I'm digging the message, everything. You got nothing but respect for you, man. Keep on grinding. And that
That's
just
awesome.
re-energized everything, man.
Absolutely.
I was back into that after that.
And then that song just wrote itself.
Yeah, like that was I was like first verse deep when I got that. So
man, I'm glad that you didn't throw in the towel. I'm glad that you were able to put this EP out and give it to the world.
Appreciate it, man.
So with that, let's go ahead and check out Soapbox Sermon.
And I tell them, I don't talk, I teach. I tell them, I don't rhyme, I preach. Now let this church say amen. Now let my sermon be clear. Let's go. It's hard in the where we came up. No one ever made us. It's hard in the world where we came up. No one ever made us. No, the road is hard in the where we came up. No one ever made us. It's hard in the world where we came up. No one ever made us. Come in. Is this the type of me they waiting on? Is this the type of king that's known to make the throne? This the type of shit I'm thinking every time I make a song. A young nigga lost in thought, just praying that I make it home. Cause I ain't been here in a minute, but now searching this world for shit I had since the beginning. I found a passion in rapping and snapping on every mic. This music that made my life, now I feel like my life is surely ended. So many gimmicks and mockeries making money. Me staying so real, making me feel this shit ain't even for me. They only want the lies, they loving every facade. They ain't for the love of the pride, they doing this for the money, nigga. But I can't let that faking stop me now. I know for certain I'm speaking this for a purpose. So fuck it, I'm about to preach it like the gospel now. So bow your heads and pay attention to my sermon, nigga. It was hard in the way we came up. Even though it made us strong, no one never made us. See, I done told them all that the day is gon' come. And now they know my time is coming. I feel like I done gave it all, man, and I done gave what? Even though a nigga fall, no one never gave up. See, I done told them all that the day is gon' come. And now they know my time is coming. But really, I'm just a man on a mission to work what I was given. Give a voice for those in my position. Through my mic they listen. Still the same savant with a time still misunderstood. Always the same, too geek for the streets, too hood for good. Every circle was all the same until I made my own lane. Same amount of weight on my waist, I put that shit on my name. Now the city knowing my name, and it's funny they showing love, cause the pain that we both share seems as one and the same. Who would've thought my lonely KC thoughts would reach to Africa? At a point in time, my mind was fully scattered, bruh. At a time and place where my faith was all demolished, regretting choices in college, which I could turn back the calendar and stay focused on getting mine right. Don't fall for lies, saying a rhyme tight, stay away from all of that limelight, cause it turns out I don't shine right. It's a blessing, I never came to that decision. Still preaching up on my vision I was given. Pay attention to my sermon, nigga. We came up, even though it made us strong, no one never made us. See, I told them all that the day is gon' come, and now they know my time is coming. I feel like I done gave it all, man, and now I gave what? Even though a nigga fall, no one never gave up. See, I done told them all that the day is gon' come, and now they know my time is coming. They saying, Melo, you need to dumb it down and rap it slower. These other other niggas making hits, you need to reach your quota. And even though your shit is masterful and magical, the shit not working, dog, these bitches not twerking. No, all your shit is real and still, dog, we ain't feeling that. Them other niggas rap about trapping and they ain't living that. Spit about them streets, not millies and packing heats over them bass ass beats. You know, something for the freaks. You already know if you willing, we make it killin'. Look at your NEL shit, it wasn't making you rich. You still got a 9-to-5 hoe, slaving for survival. You rather leave it up to chance and pray your fans will recognize. No, you and I know the real is back, the game is turning. I put in work, now I'm feeling the fire burning. Visions is clear and so determined. Life that gave a nigga lessons. This what happened when you learn it. Pay attention to my sermon, nigga.
Where we came up, even though we made it strong, no one never made us.
Pay attention to my sermon, nigga.
The days gon' come, and now they
Flow
ain't
hot,
know
the show
my
stop.
time is
Flow hot,
coming.
pay attention to this sermon, nigga.
Now the game won, even though we never fall, no one ever
pray to
gave
God,
up.
you pay attention to my sermon, nigga.
The days gon' come, and now they know my time is coming.
All right, that was Soapbox Sermon from Melo Miles' brand new album titled Soapbox Sermon. So as listeners of this podcast know, I love having my guests here with me talk about other Kansas City artists that they rock with. And you sent me some names, so I kind of want to go through them right now. The guy that you had mentioned earlier, your producer, your engineer, Ori A. Tell me a little bit about him. I think it was pretty funny because you said, I feel privileged to work with him, but hella pissed at the same time because he is such a perfectionist, and only me and Unlabeled have heard what he is capable of.
Yeah, because I mean, he's at a stage right now that's just, it's like, it's literally like seeing, it's like, I don't know if it's like not in the same instance of like producing as far as making music goes, but it's like watching like an artist, like if Dr. Dre wasn't like a full-time artist making music, like you wait so long for, what was one? He was like the Chronic 2?
He was supposed to put
So
something
supposed
like
to put
that
that
out.
out. That's the same way I feel about Ori A's music, man, because he's done shit that is, I don't even know how to put it, bro. It's like literally the illest shit I've ever heard. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is like crazy to see like the progression of somebody and how like, you know, when we I don't really like associate with a lot of people who just like really shitty artists.
Right.
That's just the truth. But he started from a level that was good and he became fucking great. You know what I'm saying? And I got to watch that entire journey. Now I'm seeing him make music. That the other day is a perfect example, and this is another one that y'all haven't heard yet, but I pray to God people get to hear it. Craig played me a song from him. I didn't know that it was him though. He just started playing this song, and I was hearing just different just harmonies and melodies and all kinds of crazy shit. You would have thought Kanye wrote it.
No
and I was
shit.
sitting there listening to it. I'm like, man, that's the type of music I want to make. I want to get to where my sound like some shit like that, because that's the dopest shit I've ever heard.
Right.
And he was like, yo, that's Max. I was so upset. Like that was like, it wasn't upset like a jealousy upset. It was upset like, man, are you telling me? You sitting there, you telling me you capable of this, bro? But I mean, that's what we're working on right now to you know, real soon to actually get that introduction to what I've got to hear all along. You know?
Right. That's fantastic, man. So outside of him helping you kind of figure out the writing process a little bit more, has he helped you in any other sense?
I mean, with no exaggeration, he's pretty much like from the start of my second project, the Sick Addiction. I don't know why I almost called it Soapbox Sermon, but from the start of Sick Addiction until now, every song that I've heard has his stamp on it. That's him at the board every single time. You know, that's the person that I record with day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? Not I've recorded with different engineers, and shout out to all of them. They're, you know, dope what they do, but I just never get the type of sound that I'm going for unless I'm recording with him, and that's just the truth of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's always nice too when you have like a homie recording you. You're immediately comfortable off the bat. You don't have to have like that, you know, get comfortable with the audio engineer, not really trust what they're saying because you never worked with them before. So,
It's even bypassing that. It may help on a little bit just because we're friends, but we bypass that just because even from the rip of it, when we start like making music, we already know it's like a 100% no bullshit policy. It's like if it's whack, he will stop it and tell me it's whack. If it sounds horrible, he will stop it and tell me it's horrible. And that shit has happened, and that's helped my music become better.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and check out his track called Disrespect by Ori A.
Yeah. Always hit me up when you alone. Somehow I'm still answering your calls, telling me your niggas did you wrong. That's why I'm saying to take it slow. For some reason I'm still on your side. Maybe it's just feelings I can't hide. Someone else is always on your mind. Switch it up. I know you promised all those things that you never backed up. So after all this, I don't give a fuck. I probably should've really gave it up. No, I'll tell you I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't really care about who next. And I've been way too busy chasing checks, and niggas only want you for your sex. I'll tell you I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't really care about who next. Cause I've been way too busy chasing checks, and niggas only want you for your sex. No, I'll tell you I don't mean no disrespect. No, lay it down on me slowly. Tell me I can be your one and only. And please don't call my number like you know me. If it's really over, baby, can you show me? Show me, show me. If you mean it, can you show me? Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. I've been peeping game for a while now. Ever since you left me, you've been wild now. I understand the level that we on, that we on. Oh, there's just something else about it I ain't never meant to say. Always been a game to you, but something I don't wanna play. When you're knocking on my door, on my door, I'll tell you I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't really care about who next. And I've been way too busy chasing checks, and niggas only want you for your sex. I'll tell you I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't really care about who next. Cause I've been way too busy chasing checks, and niggas only want you for your sex. No, I'll tell you I don't mean no disrespect.
All right, that was Disrespect by Ori A. Where can people find that? Can they find that online?
You can find that anywhere.
Anywhere?
Where music is streamed.
Okay,
sold.
Spotify, SoundCloud.
Not SoundCloud. No.
Not SoundCloud.
You can find it on Spotify. You can buy it on Amazon Music. You can find it on Google Play. Is it on Tidal? I don't know if it's on Tidal. Apple Music.
Apple Music. Okay, there we go. All right, and so another artist that you sent me that I hear a lot of, and I think he's also part of Unlabeled here, is Mr. Craig Smith.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
So
like all the other ones are jokes, but like seriously, fuck that dude.
it's real this time. It's real this time.
That's my brother, man.
I love that you tagged him as your sensei, and it's essentially the person that you strive to be. That makes you put in work, man.
Yeah, it's literally the funniest thing, man. Because me and pretty much Matt, we talk about this all the time because he's that type of talented to where you get upset by. It's almost like, I guess it may be like the smallest little bit of envy. Because this smallest little bit, it's not taking away anything from him or us or anything. But when Craig gets on the track or he starts making beats or start doing anything, it's like you notice it because of how great it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, it's weird seeing somebody just do all of that shit in front of you, and you just kind of watching them like, oh, that's how you feel. That's you're just gonna take all the shine. You're gonna do all.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I guess like basically whenever me and him on the track, he already know what it. When I'm on the track with anybody, everybody already know what it is. Like I'm going for first place basically.
Right.
That's how that's just how I rap. But when it comes to like me and him on the same track, it's a special kind of fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him, it's definitely we trying to body each other on every track, and that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
So how'd you meet Craig?
Really enough, we went to school with each other at Ray South, but I don't really knew him like that back then. But I think he heard something off of. I think he heard my second tape, the Sick Addiction, and he reached out to me for a feature on one of his projects.
Okay,
and it was I don't want to say like it was like really like imperative that I started like doing features at that point. So like before I even checked out much of his stuff, I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." Yeah, I'm down for it. So when he sent me the track, I was like, "Oh no, he's nice as hell. Like he's really ill." So I started checking out everything, and everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody's probably heard from KC Straight Outta Kauffman from him. That was one of the first tracks I fell into. I was like, "Yo, he's a beast." he's like, I was crazy that from until that point, I ain't never heard of him, not even knowing that he's been on projects with Tech Nine and Chris Calico and all, just the whole Strange.
Right.
It's just, but anyway, how we met was, he got that, he had me do that feature for him. And then I think I approached him about coming over here on label. And him and Steven had to, sit down, and he really thought it was worth doing. And he's been over here, just about as long as we've been in this building. So
That's dope, man. Like his, what I'm really impressed by is his social media presence and like the YouTube videos that he puts up. That dude is always working. He's always putting out something new, and it's like that's what you got to do as an artist these days is just keep on putting out new projects, new information for your fans. So I really respect that from him.
He does. Like I said, he does a lot of. That's why I say he's not like my only, of course, but he's like one of those people I do look up to around in the clique and everything, because he does a lot of shit that I want to be getting to do. I do videography and photography. He does videography and photography, but he takes it further to where not only is he behind the camera, he's in front of the camera. He's helping me with things that I need to get done. I want to be on it like that. When his work ethic is, literally, like when I'm a person who always thought like, no matter what, you don't have to respect me because I'm this or that. You ain't gotta respect me because of what I got or anything. But one thing that people gotta respect is I work. You know what I'm saying? I work hard as ever on everything I do. But when you meet somebody like him, they're like, he does that same type of work ethic, but he does it with ease. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel differently about how you get things done,
Let's go ahead and check out the track you just mentioned. This is Craig Smith, Straight Outta Kauffman.
Straight out of Kauffman.
A Kansas City dream coming from nothing to be in the winner, feel like a member of the team. And now they see the blue is strong, they threw the wrong pitch, and now the losses few and far between. Wanna get under my skin fine, as long as I send them flying. All the way to your Mercedes-Benz sign, I can see them crying cause it's been fine. But it ain't an easy win, and Kansas City is on the incline. This ain't for entertaining them. They know highs, get that line drive, ain't no messing with Lorenzo Kane in them. Taking them out, throw it straight, get them out. Wade Davis with a calculator, making it count. And even if you get a hit off, we tagging them in second, man, they really getting ticked off. In Royal, they will never be. You want a winner, then it better be. You ain't touching the blue, nothing to lose, and you know I'm coming through. I'm a player with an attitude, and yeah, I'ma show you what a real batter do. We at 100 miles an hour now. I don't think you can hit that. We at 100 miles an hour now. People was acting like my home wasn't worthy. Now we playing like it's a home run derby. And the other teams wanna play dirty, but if they wanna win, they gotta show me. Missouri must have forgot that we America's team, yeah, cause there was a scream out of the stands. Fans was throwing their hands in the air into the nosebleeds, and then we ran to the World Series thinking they would believe, and then they came back. Lord said we never be Royals, but it's obvious that we ain't on the same track. Cause Royal they will never be. You want a winner, then it better be. You ain't touching the blue, nothing to lose, and you know I'm coming through. I'm a player with an attitude, and yeah, I'ma show you what a real batter do. We at 100 miles an hour now. I don't think you can hit that. We at 100 miles an hour now. Hey. Now I know that they get it. The letters K and C and white embroidered on the fitted. Major league making major moves and we winning. Playing hard from the beginning. Haters can't see us. Now we making believe us. And they hate it. A little boy's dream of wanting to see the screen say champion, and now it's looking like it's gonna beat us. I know what it's like to feel like a loser. Licking your wounds and your bruises. David versus Goliath, being back on the playground and they didn't choose us. Now we coming for retribution. You better not skip the news cause it's gonna be awesome. Cause we them boys and we all coming. You ain't touching the blue, nothing to lose, and you know I'm coming through. I'm a player with an attitude, and yeah, I'ma show you what a real batter do. We at 100 miles an hour now. I don't think you can hit that. We at 100 miles an hour now.
All right, that was Craig Smith with Straight Outta Kauffman, and he's going to be on your record release show December 2nd.
Yeah, Soapbox Sermon EP release at the Record Bar December 2nd. It's an 18 and up event, so everybody can come out. Tickets are 10 in advance, 15 at the door. 20 if you want the full package. You're getting the EP that night and the special King Beanie. I'm hoping everybody come out, support me, Craig Smith. Clark Roosevelt is the host, Duncan Burnett and Riot. and just come out and have a great time, man, and help me really bring a great close to the year, great close to the project and everything.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be live. I definitely encourage everyone to go check it out. So where can people find you online?
They can find me on pretty much any social media. It's either Melo Miles KC or Melo Miles _ NEL on a couple of sites and everything, but just Melo Miles usually just pops it right up.
All right, perfect, man. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.
Appreciate it, man.
Welcome to purgatory, between heaven and hell begin my story. On my quest to be the GOAT, now will I sink or will I float? Dog, all I know is my sanity slowly leaking. On my quest for better figures through my figure of speech, and I say it first, the know it's been better than mail. And I ain't talking about fame, and I ain't talking about sales. From the bird to the bricks, to the block to the sticks, playing my own shit, make a rearrange how they pick. I am the lyrical master, assassinating the masses and captivating the masses, reactivating the asses and aggravating these averages, representing the drones. I gain claim to the ground in my pursuit for the throne. See, I'm on, here we are. I done came, I done saw, finished taking over the city just in time for the talk. But before I pack it up and tell the fans all I want, we'll run it back a couple tracks and give it to them once more.
So ready for the applause, so ready for the applause. When you flow with this perfect, they easily find a flaw. So before my encore, let me hear that once more. Let me know exactly who you motherfuckers came for. Good Lord. And I swear my niggas feeling right. We don't need it all, just show a little life.
Hey, yo, Ori, I'ma kill this verse for you, man. I remember when time was different, remember when time was different. I used to preach on the patience and planning moves with precision, but that was back when I figured my foes flow with the opposition. Look at you niggas now when it's hard not to be optimistic. My true story, I give it to you in time. Till then, I prove glory and give it to you in rhyme. Living life in the worst way, stuck in my best mode. Young nigga preaching bars, you think more of a manifesto. Nigga, let's go. Don't act like you ain't noticed neither. My rhymes meaner, my flow cleaner, a new demeanor. And fuck the schemers, the same dreamer, blind as the leaders. Still with division to make a difference, hard to believe ya. But rapping is magic into a sock in my niggas attic. My first taste in life of a music addict. The fix was never enough, bars never too tough. The substance never too deep, the flow was never too sleek. It kept a nigga awake every time the world was asleep. When I present this shit on stage, only time my soul was a piece now.
Ready for the applause, so ready for the applause. When you flow with this perfect, they easily find a flaw. So before my encore, let me hear that once more. Let me know exactly who you motherfuckers came for. Good Lord. And I swear my niggas feeling right. We don't need it all, just show a little life.
To do to get here, my nigga. Niggas have no clue, my nigga. We done seen everything.
Everything.
When I first started this shit, rapping in the basement in the sock, my nigga, that's real. Shout out my nigga Royce, that was you, man. But when my nigga got kicked out of his house and had no place to go with his daughter. So when we had a rap by ourselves in a motherfucking garage at about 110 degrees in the summer, niggas couldn't even put up. Niggas don't know the things that it actually take for greatness. We only had 3 walls to claim greatness. Nah, nigga, we